Bonjour et bienvenue à le troisième jour. Un jour que Robert m'appelait Hump Day. Il est 8h30 et maintenant nous parlons en anglais because yeah, our French is still kind of getting there. We're doing better, but it's been 3 years since we've been here and spoke really any French. And that's the bell at the l'église Sacré-Cœur for 8:30. So we were off by what? 15 seconds? Anyway, there's a lot of traffic here, so we're going to stop right now and we'll pick this up somewhere along the line. Okay, so we've left the traffic behind, and for the second day in a row, we've started immediately by walking uphill, which is why we're out of breath a little bit. But oh, look over there. Can you see through those trees? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Like yesterday, the views were blocked by lots of stuff. Anyway, the reason we're calling today Hump Day, it's kind of like when we snowboard. When we go out for the first day of the season, it's not usually too bad. Second day, it's usually pretty bad, kind of like yesterday here. And the third day is often the worst day. But then, fourth day, things are good. Fifth day, things are good. And everything seems to start getting better after the hump day. So we're hoping today is going to be hump day. Some very nice places here along the Route de Cannes. In that place, that's awesome. It's huge. But yes, we're on the Route de Cannes. We're not too far from Cannes, I don't think. I mean, there's the sign, it says Cannes. There's another one over there, it says Cannes. And hopefully there's still a sidewalk over there. Kind of looks like there is, ish. Well, we're gonna do what we're gonna do and get to Cannes. For sake of this video, it's unfortunate there's all these trees and lakes. There's some cool tower back there behind all those trees, and there's some cool chateau up here overlooking, well, from up there you're overlooking the ocean. From here you're not overlooking the train tracks. So I'm sure you can see the train tracks. I'm sure that when they built that place, they weren't thinking about the train coming through here and ruining their view, but again, from the top of that place, there's no ruined view at all. Thanks, Mr. Truck. Yeah, that place is cool. Maybe we'll get a better shot from down here. I don't know. So we haven't seen the traditional sign saying that we're entering a town in France, you know, the red outline of a white sign with a name in the middle of it, but I believe this is Cannes. And yeah, my friend Dave Dibble was here, I think in 2013. He had a short film called Adonis in the festival, and he won, I think it was Best Emerging Filmmaker at the American Pavilion, if I remember correctly. I don't know why I'm showing you that. I don't need a haircut. I already got one. But yeah, way to go, Dave. It's a good short film. If you can find it online or find it somewhere, it's a fun little watch. So we've come down to the beach here in Cannes, and here we actually have sand, and lots of it. Nice view. Looking for some shade though, because we've been walking for 2 hours in the sun. Maybe we can find something along here. I don't know, there's definitely a lot of people out here. It's only like high 60s, maybe 70. We'll see, but yeah, we need some shade to take a break. Still right along the beach in Cannes, and we've come across this carousel here. Actually, there's a bunch of things, you know, for kids to do, little rides, you know, places to eat. But the carousel also reminds me of Dave Dibble, because when we were much younger, we wrote a story together called The Wraith, and part of it included a carousel. And it was Dave's idea for the story, and I just wrote it. Never came to fruition, but still remember that. Still have it in my computer. If you want to know more about it, let me know. I can tell you about it, but yeah, still haven't found any shade. I mean, we found shade, but you can see shade. There's shade everywhere. There's no benches in the shade, except, well, ones that people are sitting on already. My guess is, that we're not too far from the beach, that this is where the Cannes Film Festival takes place. And it's only a guess, because I haven't looked at anything. But it looks like a big place that you could have a festival at, even though I'm sure there's films shown all throughout the town. This looks definitely like, you know, yeah. Not even reading what that sign says, but it's a pretty big square. Anyway, as I was sitting down taking my break, I was thinking about, you know, the Wraith, and nobody's asked me to hear the story, but I figured I'd tell a little bit of it anyway. And it's about this man who's drawn to this small town in the middle of nowhere, And when he gets there, the first person that he meets is a man who runs the carousel in the town square. I think that the town's probably the size of like a Radiator Springs from Cars, or the little town that Michael J. Fox shows up at in Dock Hollywood, which is also coincidentally that both of those films were almost exactly the same story. Anyway, through working in this town and staying there a little while, he learned the story of Bartholomew, who grew up in this town back in its heyday, because when he arrives, it is like Radiator Springs. There's not a lot of life, not a lot going on. People who left the town long ago, the only people left are those that felt they had to stay. And so when he starts to learn about Bartholomew and his childhood growing up, people in the town thought his father was crazy, so they assumed that he as a child was also crazy. He didn't have the most normal childhood, according to all of them, and didn't keep him from growing up there, finding a girl, falling in love. But at some point he also went to jail and was killed, and his girlfriend committed suicide inside the old jail for some reason, or in the tower. I'm trying to remember it, because it's been many, many years since we wrote this story. But he uncovers the dark past of this town. But anyway, yep, it's called The Wraith. Maybe someday we can work on it again together. It's a nice story, even though it was tragic. So we're making our way out of Cannes. We were going to try and have lunch here, but it's a little early for lunch. But it's also a little early to arrive at our hotel slash pilgrim accommodation, because we're not supposed to check in until 4. We only have 2 hours of walking left, so we're going to have to walk slow and make a few stops along the way. That is a neat thing, whatever, up on the hill there. There's a marine over there. Oh, and one thing I'm thinking about The Wraith again, sorry, back to the story, is there's hauntings going on. It's called The Wraith. There's ghosts haunting. Not that you always see the ghosts, but you learn about them and learn about why the town is the way the town is. Not just why Bartholomew, as a child, people thought he was strange. You learn all about his life. And then you'll also learn why this man is drawn to the town in the first place. Well, we're not drunk on the beach with our good friend John Northcott, but we did walk out on some rocks, because this is definitely the view of the day so far from Cannes. It's just gorgeous. It's a breeze. It's high 60s. I mean, look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a panorama of this. It's beautiful. Look at how clear that water is. That is amazing. What a beautiful sea. I don't know how much of the sea can you take. It's been a nice walk so far. We got about 9 kilometers, 9.5 to go. We're staying over there somewhere, like right around in there, according to Google Maps. Because supposedly when I look at Google Maps, I should be able to see it out in the point, which means clearly we're going uphill a little bit to get there. But just finished our lunch. We had another pain bagnat, of course, also not from one of the top 5 places in Nice, since we're basically in Cannes, even though we left Cannes back there somewhere. That's Cannes, yeah, over there. Anyway, what a great day for being hump day. Second carousel of the day. Dave Dibble. Coincidence? I think not. Might need to get back to that story. Of course, I've got plenty of other stories that are, partially completed. I've got to finish at least one of them. So back that way is where we ate. And we were paying so close attention to this Irish pub, thinking, do we really need a beer? Do we really need a beer? And then all of a sudden, this was here, and we're like, whoa, now we need to check this out. It looks like a castle, and you know what Rob likes. Rob likes castles. And by the way, look at that. That's an actual symbol for the GR that occasionally we cross, and it says to go that way into the castle. I don't know how we're going to turn left into the castle. It doesn't want to go anywhere. But yeah, there's another symbol for it. Look at that. It's crazy. All right, we're going to go look. Yeah, man, who'd have thunk? Thinking about beer, we almost missed this. This place is pretty neat. No idea how old it is, but dude, it's right here on the water. It's pretty cool. I know nothing else about it, except here it is. And all we did was follow the red and white markings of the normal GR. for once. Yeah, that's pretty darn cool. Still don't know anything about it, but it's just right here on the water. It's beautiful. I have to find out something about it, but really look at that. Gorgeous day. Anyway, we're still headed over to that hill over there. Probably about another 45 minutes. For the first time this entire trip, we finally feel like we're on the Camino. I mean, the rest of it we know this is actually official Camino. It's a trail. Now there are other people on it, quite a few actually. But you can see the mark right there. It is the GR, and it makes a lot of sense because we're headed towards a place for pilgrims. Bonjour. So we're in Théoule-sur-Mer, which is our stop for the day, even though we still have about a mile to go. A lot of construction going on. We were just looking for a beer because we have about an hour, but what we found is a milkshake, and it's actually a pretty darn good milkshake. Though we have noticed a lot of construction going on, and I don't know if you can see where that tractor is over there or some kind of machine. You can see the blinking lights. Yeah, that's the route we're supposed to take, right at the side of the hill. I don't think we're going to be able to do that, so I'm thinking there's a road here. And hopefully that will take us roughly the same direction. We'll find out. So we did have to take a bit of a detour, but looks like we're going to get a great view up here. Look at all that. Not the construction. It's really loud and ugly. But yeah, that's going to be an awesome view, especially when we get to the top of this thing. We hope. Yeah, the view's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Though we're standing on a rock wall with a fence in our way. Hopefully we don't fall forward, because that would kind of stink. Oh, that's gorgeous. Now this is what I'm talking about. A view without a fence. Just a little wall, but no reason to stand on it, and nothing blocking. That's, whew, a lot of great views today. So we're about 40 minutes early right now, and we know where we're going is right up there. We haven't walked up there yet because we just saw it when we were doing Google. But they have one of those orientation maps to show you where things are. Ooh, Cairo is 2618, Rome is 488. Athens, Pisa, I mean the view is incredible. Venice, 480. And this is actually showing us everything else we can see in the mountains in the background, which we can't see all of. But it's a beautiful view. And a whole bunch of other places. Oh, and our very first Camino symbol, Chemin de Saint-Jacques de Compostelle, which is where eventually we're going to end up sometime in July. But yeah, it's a beautiful view. Anyway, we're going to hang out on this bench for probably 15 minutes before we just walk, 100 meters over there, because we're tired. We've arrived, and we're at the Via Sainte Camille. Oh, yeah, I'm just waiting to show you the view because, this is the best 35 euros ever. We have ocean view. This is a pilgrim accommodation in this place. Open that up. Wow, a balcony. Look at that. And oh my goodness. This, yeah, best pilgrim accommodation ever. At least on this Camino so far. Where do you get a view like that?